Muscle showdown this evening here inside of the Dog Pound, where defending KMAC champion Centerburg can battle their way to yet another league title with a victory here tonight. But they'll have to slay the top contender in East Knox, one of the best defensive units in the area, hungry for an upset win right here at their house. It's live and free game action, filling up your tablets, smartphones, TVs, and PCs, and guess what? It's all on the way. Next.
Here we go now. Here we go now. Here we go now.
When you need cardiovascular care, you want an integrated team collaborating on your treatment from your first office visit to your final rehab session. At Knox Community Hospital, our cardiovascular experts offer decades of experience in heart attack treatments, coronary and carotid stents, angioplasties, aneurysm repairs, pacemakers, heart failure, and more. Want comprehensive cardiovascular care? At Knox Community Hospital, we don't miss a beat.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
Delagrange Landscaping and Construction is located in Howard, specializing in outdoor living spaces. Get a free quote on decks, patios, fireplaces, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, and docks. Delagrange Landscaping, serving Apple Valley and the surrounding areas. For a free quote on your outdoor living space, call Delagrange Landscaping at 740-627-0543. Again, that's 740-627-0543.
We guarantee nobody else gets you closer to the action than our exclusive coverage. So give me a call, Brian Skoronsky, and let's make you a part of the game.
And where? What do you say? The exclamation point on the night for Maurice Ware.
The top two teams in the KMAC meet tonight in Howard. Centerburg looking to lock up the league championship, while East Knox tries to keep their pulse alive for the KMAC title. Good evening, folks, and welcome to fabulous Howard, Ohio. My name is Brian Skoronsky, and I got G-Man, the one and only Garrett Parlett, with me here tonight. And late January hoops, it doesn't get much more important than what we have here tonight, as I just outlined. East Knox really need to win if they're going to try to keep their title hopes alive, while Centerburg, they can lock it up. They can party on the road tonight.
Heavyweight bout, Brian. This is exactly what you want from high school hoops. The last time these two teams met up, Centerburg was victorious 57-44. That was on January 4th. However, them Bulldogs have been on a roll, Brian. They've won 5 of their last 6, and their last loss was to Centerburg. So we're going to see a big-time test here tonight, really, for both clubs. Is Centerburg going to walk away with the chip, with the ring on their finger, or the Bulldogs going to have something to say about it here in Howard?
Well, something that I want to hear from somebody, what they have to say, is a gentleman named Chef Boyardee. He's going to break down the recipes for success for you folks for both sides. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to another edition of Recipes for Success with G-Man. This week we're mixing up a conference pie between East Knox and Centerburg. Who's going to get the win? I'll show you. Let's go. You can't think of the Bulldogs from Howard, Ohio without including Shane Knepp. The guy got it done on the football field. He's now getting it done on the hardwood. He's going to be up for KMAC Player of the Year at the end of the season. He pours in the points, sprinkles in the assist, and stirs in the steal. Centerburg is going to have to watch out for him if they want any shot in winning that game. Pour him directly into your mixing bowl. After Knepp's all in your mixing bowl, put that guy on high heat, and you'll see some results here in a second. Let's move on to them Trojans. Speaking of Centerburg, they got a guy of their own that gets it done, Mick Mead. But I'm not here for his points. I'm here for how he stirs up the dish, how he passes the ball around. He's top 5 in the KMAC Conference in assists. And if they want any shot in winning this game against a tough East Knox team, they're going to have to share the rock. Pass the ball around, and you should be able to walk out of Howard, Ohio with a W. After you got that all in your dish, put this in the oven, and the results are coming shortly. Pull this out of your oven, give it a little shake, a little sniff, and that's a key to some KMAC dressing, live and free, only on the OH Report. Thanks for watching, and catch me next week on Recipes for Success with G-Man. We out.
So there it is, the recipes for success with yours truly, Chef Boyardee. Will it be a little sauce on the side for the Bulldogs tonight, or will Centerburg party here on the road? Let's take a little bit deeper look at the Trojans and what they've been able to do this season on our Knox Community Hospital pregame show. And, you know, they kind of been the beast of the league, looking for their 3rd straight league championship, G, and they got basically everybody back. I know they lost the big dude in the middle in Carter Jones, but the rest of the team on the floor here tonight.
Yeah, they got a lot of guys that can score the basketball, and a lot of people talk about their offensive firepower, but I'm going to talk about their defense. They only allow 44.6 points per game. Everybody talks about East Knox sitting at 40 a game, but this Centerburg team, they can defend just about as pretty good as East Knox does, so look for Centerburg to try to lock up on an offensive East Knox that can struggle at times.
And G-Man talked to their head coach, John Marhefka, about what's at stake here tonight and how they can get it done. Let's take a listen.
Down here on the floor with Centerburg's head coach, Coach Marhefka. You guys had a big win against East Knox earlier in the season to really hold that KMAC ground. What can you guys take from that game to hold here tonight to be able to use and motivate your guys?
Well, we're going to make sure that we understand that they've been playing good basketball lately. Our guys have been focused, but it's later on in the season. I've been watching them a couple times, and they're really confident in what they do and understand what they want to do. So it's going to be a battle of different styles.
As you mentioned, East Knox have won 5 of 6 since they last matched up with you guys. What's going to be the defensive game plan to stop Shane Knepp? He's really their leading scorer, and really he's the dominant force on offense for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think we're just going to play our man-to-man. We guarded him last game. We've been working on some of that defense and making sure we rely on our principles and keep it steady. And you also got to watch out for Peyton's because he's the second man up there. So they got some other guys that will get their scores too, especially on their home court. So hopefully we'll just stick to our principles and it'll work.
All right, back up to you.
There is Coach Marhefka chopping it up with Coach Powell, a couple of longtime rivals, and this is one of the best rivalries, maybe the best that we have in the KMAC. Such a fun game that we have here tonight. And for the Bulldogs, this is a team that's been playing a little bit better as of late, as you mentioned, and they don't score a ton, G-Man, but they don't have to get dubs because the defense locks you down, only giving up 40 per night.
We were discussing the stat, Brian, in the pregame that Shane Knepp scores 36% of this team's points. They're going to need somebody else to step up tonight against a very tough Centerburg team, as I mentioned, that they can defend too. So I think a big test here tonight is East Knox. They got to hold Centerburg around the 50-point mark. They can't get over 60 because if they do, that goes in favor of the Trojans.
Here's the Bulldogs lining up, getting ready for tip-off here tonight. That's just a couple of minutes away, and Coach Powell broke it down for us about what's at stake and what they learned from their first meeting against the Trojans earlier this season.
Standing here with East Knox head coach Ryan Powell. Coach, obviously lost to Centerburg earlier in the year, but what's it going to take tonight What can you take from that game to improve on and be able to get a big win here, and probably the biggest game of the year for you guys?
Yeah, we got to limit our turnovers and limit their easy scores. Make them work for everything that they get. They're a really talented team, but we played well in the first half, the first game, but too many turnovers to easy baskets in the second half last game.
Offense can go stale for you guys at times. What's it going to take tonight to pass the ball around, share the rock, and, of course, still play great defensively, but you got to get the offense going here quick?
Yeah, our offense feeds off our defense. When our defense is good, our offense is better. We just need ball movement and player movement, two things we talk about all the time. Sometimes we get a little too focused with the dribble, but our goal is player movement and ball movement.
All right, thank you so much, Coach. Back to you, B. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
We rejoin you with the playing of our national anthem, Star Spangled Banner. Just a vibe in the air here tonight inside of the Dog Pound. You can feel that it's going to be a big game, a lot at stake. The students piled out around the outside of the gym. I see some pretty fun outfits here. Really, really going to be a fun night of KMAC action here in Howard, Ohio. So let's talk about what's going to decide tonight's contest, G-Man. Break down the keys to success for the Trojans for me.
Well, I first want to start off, Brian. They gotta stop anybody. They can't let Nep score, Brian. I mean, completely honest with you, Nep scoring 17.2 points per game.
Pretty good.
Yeah, to say the least. And the next highest is 8.5 with Peyton Lester. So they got to find somebody else offensively. And Trojans, they got to force anybody but Shane Nep to beat you. In the second one, they got to share the rock. That was on the recipe for success, Brian. They got two guys in the top 5 for assists in the area in the KMAC. So share the rock, spread the wealth. You better walk out of here, Brian, with a KMAC championship.
I'm with you. There's plenty of chips to go around, especially for Centerburg that's scoring over 60 points per game. Nick Mead is that dude. He's the straw. He'd be mixing the drink all night. He leads the Trojans in 3 or 4 statistical categories on the season. But they got plenty of other dudes that have lots of experience. As mentioned, they welcome back everybody onto the varsity roster with the exception of one player from the season ago. So just share the wealth. Get a lot of your good players involved here tonight. And over on the other side, for the Dogs, it's a little bit different story. Break down the keys to their success.
Well, I think coming into tonight, their offense can go pretty stale at times. They're going to start very quick here tonight against a team in Centerburg that can defend, and they can defend in the full court. They're going to get out and pressure you at times. They're going to get back in the half-court setting and stop you as well. They got to start fast, get into shooters. In the second one, they got to play with their pace. They only allow 40 points a game, the Dogs do. Slow things down and make Centerburg beat you in the half court. Don't let them get easy transition opportunities.
I think that's going to be the biggest factor is just playing at their pace. Don't get up and down the floor with Centerburg. You're not going to win that style of game. At times you can, but slow it down. Be methodical on offense and try to find number 11. 36% of your points come from that kid. It's usually a solid option out there anytime Mr. Knepp touches the basketball.
They're like a slow cooker, Brian. It's just, you just warm it up. It takes a couple hours to get going, and then right then and there, they'll break on you, and East Knox will pull away from the game, and they marinate, and it takes a little bit to get the Bulldogs going, but when they do, they're a tough task to handle.
Starters were just announced for Centerburg here tonight, and we don't know why, but Noah McMead in the starting lineup didn't get the actual reason why, so it's going to be Reynolds, Hauk, Colton Martin on the perimeter, and then Isaiah Reynolds, Alex Johnson in the middle. Over on the other side for the Bulldogs, typical starters that we've been accustomed to seeing throughout the season, and they've got some stud seniors out there. We talked about Knepp. How about his running mate, Peyton Lester? Yep. Another kid scoring almost double digits on the season, and he has all of the intangibles, the leadership qualities that you look for in a winning basketball team. he translates from the football field over here to the hardwood. Great two-punch combo right there.
Yeah, we got QB1 and wide receiver 1 out here, Brian, for the Bulldogs, and Peyton Lester and Shane Knapp. But they got a couple other guys that can score the basketball as well. But
sure.
Just their play style, that they don't get a lot of opportunities to score. They like to play defense. They like to hold opponents under 40 points. And 4 out of their last 6 games, they've held opponents under 35, which is a remarkable number, an incredible stat to be able to read off. So East Knox, for them to win this game, I'm looking for them to hold Centerburg, like I said, under 50, even closer, maybe to even 40 to their average. And the offense has got to start quick, as I mentioned.
That'll wrap up our Knox Community Hospital pregame show. Check them out, kch.org, for all your medical needs here in the Knox County area and beyond.
You can feel the atmosphere in here, Brian.
No question. This is a fun one here tonight, folks. Get strapped in and ready for a fun night of KMAC action as Centerburg starts with the basketball. And we'll see how things look without Meade on the floor.
Yeah. Be curious to see if things get ugly quick, Brian, for Centerburg, how quick Coach Mark Hefka is to pull the trigger and get Meade in the game as soon as he can.
Definitely showcasing a lot of patience here. Over 30 seconds gone by, looking for a clean look. And right on cue, Grayson Reynolds fumbles it out of bounds. So that's the first mistake of the night.
Don't want to play into East Knox hands, and right there, they're a great half-court defense, and it is tough to score on them, especially without your top guard, your top scorer in the game. And now, as I mentioned, Centerburg, they like to get up and press you, and they're going to do it right here.
Dogs able to evade the pressure, get into the hands of Knapp, who leaves it off for Lester. Calls for a screen. 3-ball up from the corner. Great start for the Dogs, and that was one of your keys. Dylan Moreland checking the box.
Yeah, he averages 8.6 points per game and 3 rebounds. He's one of the leading scorers for this team. It's great to see him start off quick and get him going with an easy 3.
Centerburg's really been trying to get it down onto the block. Haven't been able to establish anybody there yet, as they've got no shots. 2 turnovers in the Dogs back on the offensive end. Reynolds matched up with Knapp, trying to shake loose. Moreland gonna try it again, straight away, bottoms up, baby.
2 big-time shots to start this one off, getting Moreland going early. That one from straight away knocked it down for 3.
6-point cushion for the Dogs. Almost 2 minutes gone by here in the opening quarter. Centerburg just looking to get a shot up. They'll do so here, but it's short-armed from Reynolds and held to a one-and-done Ryan with the board.
And I like this, pulling the ball back out, Brian. As we mentioned in the pregame, one of our keys was to control the tempo of the game, play your pace, and that's exactly what East Knox is doing, playing in the half court.
To the corner, could it be 3 for 3? Get out of here, what a start.
Moreland with the hat trick here early, back-to-back-to-back 3, starting it off in East Knox, Brian. They're about to put Centerburg in double digits here early.
Can't ask for anything more if you are a fan of the East Knox Bulldogs. Dylan Moreland, 3 for 3 from downtown, and look who's checking in. McMead at the scores table. We'll try to get some clarification at halftime as to why he didn't start. Maybe late to school or something. I mean, coaches always have different reasons. Had a star player we saw last Saturday not get a play in the first quarter because coach didn't like his attitude at a time in a game previously. So you just never know. They're high school kids. How good has this East Knox defense been? Specifically, it looks like Centerburg's trying to establish somebody down on the block and then feed it in there, and there's just have been no lanes.
East Knox is so physical at the point of attack, and they're so active with their hands defensively. They've just tipped the ball. It's got easy steals, got some turnovers for the Trojans, and so far, Centerburg has nothing going for them offensively.
No heat check for Moreland yet. Here he is trying to go around Reynolds off the bounce. And this is what the Dogs will do. Run through their sets as many times as they need to, but at the 10, Knepp gets met. Moreland chased it down, though. So an extra possession created here for East Knox. But it's ripped away, and then a foul called on the floor. Be the first against the Bulldogs.
Surprised to see Moreland not pulling that one up from deep, Brian. A couple of steps behind the three-point line. He had 9 straight 3 threes, and now McMead checking in the game. He's going to lead the point guard position for the Trojans here and see if they can climb back into this one with 3:58 remaining here in the first.
Trojans only have 1 shot attempt, folks, so far in this contest. 3 giveaways, and there's their first points of the night. Pretty spin move in the lane by Isaiah.
Maybe they just wanted to wait till Meade was on the floor, Brian, to get the offense going, set it up right there down low, get him to go for the easy 2.
Poked away from Lester, who dribbles through a double team. Dogs should have numbers. Lester pulls the trigger. Splash.
Nice pass up the floor from Lester over there to Knepp on the wing for 3, and Dogs now up 10.
East Knox shooting below 30% on the season from downtown. Loving the view here tonight. They're a perfect 4 for 4.
Exactly the start that they needed, Brian, to get hot fast and get the offense going as soon as you touch the floor. And now you can really let the defense now soak in and stifle the Centerburg Trojans.
So look at Marhefka and the bench, keeping it calm and cool, even though they're down double figures here to start. A position they are not used to being in this season. This team typically jumps on their opponents. They'll lead from start to finish more often than not. And they're going to give it back over to the Bulldogs. Colton Martin lost the handle on his way to the bucket.
It's 4 first-quarter turnovers here for this Trojans team that typically doesn't turn the ball over at a high rate and already halfway through their average.
So for East Knox, can you truly capitalize here? Continue to add to your lead. Not going to happen this time. 10-second violation. Felt like 10 pretty fast seconds.
See where Centerburg goes here offensively, because they tried to have some looks in the inside. Let's see if they go to McMead. He's going to go in the attack. Beautiful pass down low to Isaiah, and he gets the floater to go for 2.
The seniors connecting that time. Got a good vibe with one another out on the floor. And you see Meade just changes the entire confidence complexion of the offense when he's out there on the surface.
He changes the pace. He's so quick. He's a crafty guard that can pass the ball, and they needed that here in the first quarter, and he stepped up here in the last couple minutes.
Excellent ball movement around the world. Dogs finally miss Carson Steinmetz. First time from downtown, East Knox hasn't connected. Mid-range J. Meade getting on the board.
Silky smooth, Brian. He plays at such a nice pace, shifting it up with a little bit of speed and then slowed it down into the mid-range jumper. And now just like that, back down to 6, 12-6 Dogs.
Martin got shooked. Knepp all the way to the cup. Got in tight, overshot things. And now Meade to the other end of the floor. He missed it in tight.
Something you got to capitalize on if you're Meade. Nice pass down low from Knepp, and what a block right there. Wow.
Levi Hauk from the weak side pinned that baby against the glass, looking to capitalize on the other end. He will.
What a sequence, Brian, we are seeing. What a play right there from Hauk, making plays on the defense and offensive and capitalizing. 3-point game.
Probably the biggest possession that we've seen here tonight. Let's take a look at that thing from start to finish on the Killbuck Savings Bank replay. Well, this is actually earlier McMead on the leak out and the miss. And there is Hauk splashing it in. So after a really slow start, Centerburg just 1 shot attempt through 4 minutes, no points. All of a sudden, got themselves right back into the game. This will tie it, folks.
It was a 12-2 game, Brian. McMead checked in the game, and just like that, 7-0 run here for the Trojans.
Lester going to try a triple of his own. Mead with the board. And Mick aggressive, drawing a crowd. Two guys converge. Steinmetz almost shot into the passing lane. Now Lester with the quick hands. The leave off. It's going to be Colton Martin heading to the free throw line.
I think if you're East Knox, you want to try to milk as much clock as you can on each possession and really look for the perfect shot. Lester just took it straight up the court. Went for a little bit of a heat check. I know they started out great from three-point in the beginning of the game, Brian, but this team does shoot 26% from downtown, so not the greatest. I know they had that hot start from Moreland, and then Nepp had the threes, but got to get back to their game, and that's playing inside out.
Splitting the pair that time was Martin. 18 seconds remaining here for EK. Steinmetz threw it away, a lot of pressure.
Centerburg showing off that they can play defense too, and they're up in the full court trapping. And Steinmetz sailed the ball over his teammate's head. That's going to be a turnover for the Dog. That's going to be their second of the night.
What a spot here for Centerburg to be in. A chance to tie it up. Mead to the cup. I think Moreland, definitely the pressure, helped affect that shot. So Nepp with the handle. Poked away. Might have to force it up here at the horn. Moreland wasn't aware of the situation, and that'll take us to the end of one. Exciting times. The Bulldogs with 4 threes, but Centerburg close with 10 points of their own.
The Killbuck Savings Bank. You can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
Delagrange Landscaping and Construction is located in Howard, specializing in outdoor living spaces. Get a free quote on decks, patios, fireplaces, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, and docks. Delagrange Landscaping, serving Apple Valley and the surrounding areas. For a free quote on your outdoor living space, call Delagrange Landscaping at 740-627-0543. Again, that's 740-627-0543.
We've got a game on our hands here in Howard. East Knox got off to such a sizzling start. They've got 12 points. Centerburg icy cold to begin, starting to heat things up. It's now 12-10 as we are beginning second quarter action with Nepp missing a shot. Mead on the inside, couldn't come away with it. So it's going to be another opportunity here for the Bulldogs, and just having no success in the lane right now, G-Man.
All their points came from behind the arc, and nice take right there from Mead. Got it to go, and one. Strong take from Mick Mead, and just like that, it's a tie game.
Take one more look at Mick running the floor. This is where Centerburg is the most dangerous, when they're in the tranny game, and you see Mick, strong player, a lot of emotion, bringing the juice right now. A lot of flavor on the floor for the Trojans.
For East Knox, all their points, Brian, came from behind the arc. 4 threes. I don't think many of us anticipated that, not even them. I mean, absolute just crazy there in the first quarter. It was a back-and-forth battle. But look for East Knox to go back to Nepp to lead their offense and get inside and get some layups and see if they can clean off the glass and get some offensive rebounds, because I think if they play at this high pace, I don't know if they're going to be able to keep up with Centerburg.
First lead of the night for the Trojans here on the road, looking to clinch the KMAC championship for the 3rd consecutive season with a win over their county rivals. Lester looking inside. Said they'll swing it back over to Nepp. 2-man game here. And Moreland fouled on the 3-point attempt. So he'll head to the free throw line, I think, for a trio of shots. Let's see. Yeah, both feet definitely behind the arc. Though there's some discussion on the floor right now amongst the three Zebras about whether or not this should be a 3-shot foul.
Don't see that one typically called. Now they're calling it on the floor, Brian. So no shot.
Take another peek here. There's no question that's a shooting foul.
Yeah. I don't know how you call that on the floor. Woo.
How about the acceleration for Knepp, but he's called for a charge. Not sure about that one either. Back-to-back tough breaks if you're a Bulldog fan. And look at this. Wow, what a crossover. Tough bang-bang play.
Right.
Could have went either way.
Showing off the moves is Knepp right there. And besides that three from Knepp, he's been quiet tonight, and so is this Bulldog offense other than Dylan Moreland heating up from deep. Something's going to give here in the second quarter. One of these teams is going to pull away if East Knox can't step up offensively.
Definitely uncharacteristic there. Meade just tossed it out of bounds. Levi Hauk wasn't even looking for the basketball. Bulldogs have been stuck on a dozen for quite some time. And you see the Trojans starting to bring in a little bit more on the defensive end. As Knepp over on the bench, see how long the purple can go without him on the floor.
Now this is where it gets a little dicey for East Knox. Where's the offense going to come? Losing 36% of your points when Knepp checks out of the game. Someone's going to have to step up. In the first quarter, it was Moreland.
He's already over his season average, 9 points. He only averages 8+ per game. And a tough giveaway right there. So the Bulldogs on offense, they're in a slump right now, and that's something that they've battled throughout the season. 11 wins, just 4 defeats, but they've gone through a lot of rough patches offensively. And this is going to be another offensive foul. I think they're going to call it a push-off on Landon Griffith, trying to create some space. See on the Killbuck Savings Bank replay.
So a couple tiki-tack calls, Brian, but that's how the refs might want to control this one. A very, high-intensity, high-physical game from both sides, rivalry game. You want to call the exact calls you're going to call in the fourth quarter, and so far they've been calling it close. I expect them to do that for the rest of the game.
Jump ball's the call out on the floor. And I think that's a fair call, just fast hands by Jack Gregory. Quarterback on the football team, so he's used to some of those handoff type of positions. Hauk lets it fly, but it's one and done. Strong, tough rebounding inside. And a whistle. Gonna go against Centerburg. It'll be team foul number 6 against the Trojans. First on Isaiah Reynolds.
I believe East Knox, Brian, has had 12 since probably 3 minutes left in that first quarter. They've been pretty much scoreless here since that first quarter mark, and they got to get something going. I know Knepp's on the bench and looking to go to Lester. Going to get a foul on the floor. That one's going to go on Hauk.
Trojans defense really picking up their pressure right now. We've seen a last of the last few foul calls. A few of them have been not a whole lot of contact there, so the players need to adjust. As Meade adjusts to that pass, picks it off, looking to initiate the offense. But it's a bad pass. Lester got in the way. Bulldogs take it back.
Had that high-flying ending to the first quarter, and now pretty much scoreless here in the second. Which offense is going to get going as Lester hits nothing but air, but somehow Moreland saves that with a nice left-hand pass to Peyton Lester.
It was usually the other way on the football field that time. Saved inbounds to the QB as the Dogs continue to be ice cold with their shooting.
Sometimes during the season they've been going quiet offensively as Centerburg's going to jack up a three. That's not going to get it to go. But offensive rebound down low. Bank shot is true. That's Colton Markin for 2.
Going to get a timeout taken by the Bulldogs. Centerburg on a nice run right now. After falling behind early, they were down 10 points, folks. And then all of a sudden, they've put together a beautiful run. 13 unanswered. And for the Bulldogs, well, where do you start looking for answers? Obviously, Knepp is going to help. He just checked back into the contest. He's going to be in the mix. They're also going to put Caden Sloan onto the floor for the first time, so it'll give him a little bit more size. Just seems like the Trojans defensively are making it so challenging for East Knox to get a clean look that they might have to showcase something a little bit different, go to some sets that they have not showcased yet here tonight, G-Man.
Yeah, they started hot from the three-point line, and I think they're settling for some threes that they can get a better look at. Peyton Lester took a couple of them that he probably could have passed it around and found a better open teammate. But with the hot start, how can you not? You know, obviously you want the heat check and you want to knock down some threes because it was going for you in the first quarter. But a team that shoots below 30%, they like to play physical. They need to get it inside. They need to let Knepp facilitate, get it to Lester and Moreland if they're open in the corners, and then they can knock down some threes. But I think it starts from the inside game with Knepp.
Going to start with a bad pass. Mead behind the back. Sick find right there. And it's Martin with the bucket.
I remember covering Centerburg a couple games last year, Brian, and you can just see how much Mick Mead has grown from last year to this year. He's just polished way better than he was last year. Now his game is went to new heights. He's not just the scorer, the second scorer on the team. He's more of a leader. You can tell him out there. He's leading the team. He can facilitate. He can score the basketball. And he plays great defense, and he's talking a little bit. I like to see that up here in the booth.
He's got a little strut to his game. Got a little flavor from downtown too. Taste the rainbow. Mead dropping it from straight away.
This could get ugly, Brian, quick if East Knox can't find any answers offensively. This press is giving them fits. See if Coach Powell can draw up some kind of press breaker because they started that press, Centerburg did. East Knox has had a lot of trouble getting past the timeline.
Dogs stuck on a dozen. Going on 8 minutes of game action. 0 points. After fireworks were bursting from outside to start the contest. See if they can put one in right here. Big help. Eli Carter off the bench, and the senior comes through. Boy, what a welcome sight.
They absolutely needed that bucket, and they got one. Centerburg forces up a miss, and now East Knox gets another chance here offensively. Down 5 points with 3:20 remaining.
That was Gregory with the misfire at the other end. Now here's Sloan setting the screen. Left alone. Shot blocked on the perimeter. It was Martin that got a piece of it. And it's going to sail out of bounds back over to the Trojans. East Knox just isn't showcasing the type of patience that I'm used to seeing from them on the offensive end.
Yeah, it seems as if they're rushing a bit, they're forcing, they're pressing a little bit against a team that a KMAC championship is still out there on the line, a big game, a little bit of nervousness here offensively, but that's going to help get it into the hands of Knepp as he gets a steal, takes it coast to coast, and gets it to fall in for 2. That's his second bucket of the night.
Shane Knepp jumping in there like a cornerback, going coast to coast for the bucket. He's got 5 points on the night. Dogs now pulling within a possession. Centerburg looking to change that right here from the corner, but it's off of the restraint. And we've got an injured player down on the floor here for the Berg. Trainer out, taking a look at him. We'll take a quick look at what Shane Knepp just did on the Killbuck Savings Bank replay. It's just fast acceleration, poise, a little bit of hang time, showcasing a little bit of everything right there, G.
And those buckets were critical for East Knox to get back into this game. It was a pivotal point here with about 3:20 remaining. They had that three-pointer go down, and then Knepp got that steal and the takeaway in transition, got it to go for 2, and now it's back to a 3-point game. Because it could have got ugly pretty quick if Centerburg was able to continue to pull away as they were. East Knox was able to answer the door, go on a 5-0 run of themselves, and they're right back in it down 3 here with 2:25 remaining.
Tonight's high school basketball broadcast brought to you live and free on the OH Report thanks to our generous sponsors, the Killbuck Savings Bank. Community banking, it's what they do. It's who they are every single day. Knox Community Hospital, where they're always elevating care. Delagrange Landscaping, your outdoor living specialist. Contact them today to design your perfect outdoor living space. Good to see the Martins up off the floor. And over to the Trojan bench. Definitely have to keep an eye on him, but appears to be okay. Carter will be the trigger man here. That's a little bit better look, in my opinion, for East Knox. Hitting the cutters in the middle of the floor to try to evade some of this pressure, because for the Trojans, if you're dribbling down the sideline, you see that they're just eating it up like it's lunchtime.
Yeah, because you can use the baseline as a third defender. So there's basically 3 guys. You're getting triple teamed. You got to be able to hit the cutters and hit the flashers. When they flash, you got to get it to them immediately on the run as quick as possible so they can get something going offensively. That's what East Knox needs to do if they want to beat this press and set up in the half court. And this is really where they can get their offense going.
Moreland off the roll. Back out to Knepp. He's got meat on him. Tried to take it right at Mick. And we got a jump ball call. Shane can't believe it. Let's check it out.
That's elite on elite, Brian, right there. 2 top scorers in the KMAC. Mead 1, Knepp 2. I thought that was clean defense right there, Brian. I think he had all balls, so big-time play for Mead. East Knox will retain possession, however.
Shane pops it from outside to tie things up at 20.
Looks like Mead twisted his ankle right there. Looks like he's going to stay in the game, be okay, but scary sight right there.
Trojans move it side to side. Had East Knox on the move defensively. Take another look at that Shane Knepp triple. Tied things up. Big shot Shane, as we're going to start calling him.
Who would have thought, Brian, 18 of East Knox points would come off for 3-pointers here so far in the first half? Absolutely nobody. I'll answer my own question.
Per my research, I didn't have that as being a deciding factor here in this first half. Certainly worked out in the Dogs' favor. They've needed all of them to fall through the bottom because obviously they're not doing too much damage in the paint here tonight. Here's Mick with the hang time. Knepp got a piece of him. He'll head to the free throw line. And Shane's trying to say, hey, just like at the other end, didn't I get all ball? Where's the jump call for me? Yeah, it looked like the left arm, though, onto the body of Mick. So we'll have a couple of free throws coming his way. First one well short, though. Mick normally a quality shooter from the charity stripe.
One of my keys coming in, Brian, that I wrote on my notes was to force East Knox to shoot some threes. Force East Knox to shoot threes. They only average 26%, but look at that, man. 6 threes to their name here in the first half.
That's why they tip it off. Every game is a new journey. Steinmetz whistled for the foul. And the Trojans now in the bonus. Will lead to a 1-and-1 here for Grayson Reynolds. Buries the first. Trojans back on top by 3 under a minute to go here before the break. Timeout forced to be taken. So Centerburg, after coming out to a rocky beginning here on the road, they've certainly turned the corner. They look like the fresher team, got a little bit more mojo, and they're starting to force the tempo. My key to the game for the Bulldogs, play at your pace. Centerburg doesn't like that. They're playing their style of basketball here at this point in the contest.
Yeah, and I think that bodes well for Centerburg. They get out and run, get the Bulldogs out of their spot, out of their sets. They like to sit and play that man defense and sometimes switch to a zone. Centerburg, they like to run. They like to get out. They like to get in transition. And so far they've had some opportunities, but East Knox, it's just been that three-point shooting that has only kept really them in this game. If they didn't have those threes, this might be an ugly first half for the Bulldogs.
Such a fair point, and give a lot of love to Moreland for cooking right out of the gates. Started out 3 for 3. As Reynolds picks up the foul. That was the final foul to give for Centerburg.
See if East Knox elects to hold this. Big component here. Shane Knapp not on the floor for the Bulldogs, probably on the last possession of the half.
Moreland looking for some options, being pressured. Whitney now. Dogs swing it down to 20 seconds. It appears that the plan is to hold for that final shot. Down to 5 seconds, mid-range J. A little bit long. Carter chased it down and he can't hit it at the horn. So we are at the half. Got a fun one on our hands here, folks. Big KMAC contest tonight. Centerburg looking to lock up the league title for a third consecutive season with the win. East Knox hanging around. They're just down by 3. Keep it with us. The Knox Community Hospital halftime is on the way next, including stats, analysis, and then a whole second half still on the way. Keep it with us. Live and free. Boys High School Hoops will return right after this.
Hi, I'm OH.REPORT founder Brian Skoronsky, and you've just enjoyed first half action live and free exclusively right here on the OH.REPORT. But stick around, still plenty more to come right here as our boys high school basketball returns after this.
When you need cardiovascular care, you want an integrated team collaborating on your treatment from your first office visit to your final rehab session. At Knox Community Hospital, our cardiovascular experts offer decades of experience in heart attack treatments, coronary and carotid stents, angioplasties, aneurysm repairs, pacemakers, heart failure, and more. Want comprehensive cardiovascular care? At Knox Community Hospital, we don't miss a beat.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
Delagrange Landscaping and Construction is located in Howard, specializing in outdoor living spaces. Get a free quote on decks, patios, fireplaces, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, and docks. Delagrange Landscaping, serving Apple Valley and the surrounding areas. For a free quote on your outdoor living space, call Delagrange Landscaping at 740-627-0543. Again, that's 740-627-0543.
We guarantee nobody else gets you closer to the action than our exclusive coverage. So give me a call, Brian Skoronsky, and let's make you a part of the game.
And where? What do you say? The exclamation point on the night for Maurice Ware.
It's halftime in one of the most fabulous small towns on planet Earth. That's right, Howard, Ohio, home of East Knox and the Bulldogs, who trail it 23-20 here at the break. This is your Knox Community Hospital halftime, and boy, what an interesting game we've had tonight so far, G. So no McMead to begin the game for the first 3 minutes. East Knox comes out lighting it up in fuego from downtown. Dylan Moreland, a perfect 3 for 3 to start the game. He had the first 9 points of the contest. After that, it's mostly been the Trojans implementing their style of play, their patented defense turning into some offense, and then Mead shaking, cooking with the salt, doing what he does, and that's why they've got the 3-point lead.
As you mentioned, it was 12-2 at the point where McMead checked in the game, and then they went on a 21-8 run, solidifying themselves as to why they're leading in the KMAC. They get it done offensively. They like to move it up the floor very quickly with McMead running the point guard position, and East Knox, they're hanging on by a thread, Brian. They're right there. A lot of their help has come from the three-point line, which you typically don't see them do. We've mentioned it all night long so far, but if it's working, it's working. They've continued to go to the well, and they've been hitting some shots. They got 6 threes to their name.
Yeah, they've been able to drag out 6 buckets full from the well. A lot of three-pointers for them. That's over their season average, I would venture to guess, for makes in a contest. Rebounding's fairly even. Free throws, though, for the Dogs. You got to connect if you're going to get to the line. Right now, Centerburg doing a much better job of that, 4 of 5. And the turnovers, again, pretty even. 2 extra giveaways for the Berg so far here on the road, who can clinch their 3rd consecutive KMAC championship with a victory here tonight. So let's start looking forward here now, G-Man, to the second half. And you got the recipes for us. What do you see ultimately is going to end up shaking down and becoming that dressing for a victory here in this big-time KMAC game?
Well, I think both keys kind of go hand in hand with both teams. I think for Centerburg, they got to continue what they're doing. I think you got to continue to force East Knox to shoot the ball from deep, because eventually they're gonna go cold. With a team that shoots 26%, they're gonna lose some of that juice. And I think coming out here in the third quarter is when it's gonna go stale, Brian, because you're a little tight, you're not as loose. You've been shooting for 2 quarters, and then you get that 10-minute break. The Bulldogs don't come out hot here in the third quarter, and they continue to shoot from downtown. and then they're a little cold, they're not hitting, it might get rough early for Centerburg. They might be able to push up the pace, get the lead, extend it out. But for the Dogs, I think they go back down inside. They give it to Shane Knapp. They let him facilitate, get it out to his shooters and Lester and Moreland, and just let Knapp beat Knapp, Brian. I think that's what they got to do here for the Bulldogs.
Just let the stars shine. That's what the Bulldogs need to do in the second half, according to Chef Boyardee. So 16 more minutes of action on the way here from the Dog Pound. We'll be back. Third quarter action on the way right after this.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
Delagrange Landscaping and Construction is located in Howard, specializing in outdoor living spaces. Get a free quote on decks, patios, fireplaces, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, and docks. Delagrange Landscaping, serving Apple Valley and the surrounding areas. For a free quote on your outdoor living space, call Delagrange Landscaping at 740-627-0543. Again, that's 740-627-0543.
Welcome you back to Howard, where it's halftime. Centerburg on top of East Knox 23-20, and I want to say what's up to everybody out there watching in Facebook and YouTube land, including Mary Ann, who's cheering for Centerburg tonight, cheering on those Trojans. Sandy on the opposite side, and one of our top fans says, "Go Bulldogs." John Mead, it's the big picture with some exclamation points and question marks. I have to think about what that really means. Abigail cheering on Peter. And then Deb Steinmetz says, "Let's go Bulldogs," with some pretty purple hearts. That's on the Facebook chat. Let's swing over to YouTube now, where Weston Mielik, a dog grade, I believe the all-time leading scorer in the history of the program, says, "Go Dogs." Shane Knapp equals the GOAT. But Itzuli has a little bit different take. He says, "Mick greater than Shane." Ooh, where do you fall in that conversation, G?
Man, it's a tough call, man. Both guys can fill up a stat sheet in a hurry. I don't know if I can exactly make a pick. I'll let this game decide for me, because as of right now, man, these guys are so fun to watch. They're 1-2 in scoring in the KMAC. These guys, one of these guys is going to win KMAC Player of the Year.
It'll be the Berg with the rock here to open up quarter number 3, and keep dropping us comments on Facebook and YouTube like Marsha just did, saying "Let's go Trojans," and we will read them here on the air. Always love hearing from the fans. Be part of the action here on the OH Report. I think the first few minutes here of the third are going to be really important, more so for East Knox. Don't want to see more separation created on the scoreboard. If they can get off, maybe not to a sizzling start like they did, where they were just grilling the bacon over and over in that first quarter, but at least don't let the Trojans start saucing you on offense.
Another nugget, Mead on the bench, Brian, to start this second half.
Reynolds lays it off. Fouled on the drive there is Martin. So he'll head to the free throw line. Take a look on the Killbuck Savings Bank replay. Good ball movement, attacking the gaps and finding some empty space.
And that's what I thought we'd see a lot more out of East Knox, is taking their time, controlling the tempo. I thought Centerburg would be a little more up pace, and they have so far, but on that possession, they slowed it down and got to the free throw line. And neither team really making an impact at the free throw line. They've been missing, really both squads have. They've been struggling at the charity stripe.
Trojans are now 5 of 7 from the free throw line. They extend their edge out to a 2-possession game. And of course, they're going to bring this full court pressure. EK had a lot of problems with it at the end of the first and into the second quarter. And it's going to continue here. Giveaway number 6 now for East Knox. As Reynolds sends it out to the corner, Martin lets it fly, comes up short. And we got a foul by Johnson, battling for position inside. Heading the other way.
East Knox now going to get an opportunity here to beat this press. Once again, they've struggled to do it all night long. Let's see if something Powell was able to draw up in the halftime is going to be better for them. That's going to be a kick ball on Levi Hauk.
They've definitely had their best success when they've been able to get the ball to the middle of the floor and do it quickly.
Yeah, don't want to get it to the corners or to the sideline, because you can use that out-of-bounds line as a third defender. Really, you can't move. You want to flash the middle as Moreland did right there, but Knepp going to elect to hold it. And I think they're confident with him holding the ball off the floor.
Whitney lost the handle, tied up. Jump ball is going to be the call. That was a quick whistle there as Levi Hauk came in. And the Bulldogs going to keep the basketball.
Very quick whistle right there. As soon as East Knox defender got his hand on the ball, refs elected to call the jump ball. Would have liked to have played that one out. Thought we could have seen some showtime here on the other end.
Knepp draws a double team. Now Moreland with the kick out. Reach-in foul that time is going to go against Isaiah Reynolds. Not a lot of contact there, but consistent. Yep. That's what we saw in the first half. That's how the officials are calling the game, and the players just need to accept that that's how it's going to be.
Yeah, Storm added this in last night. It's kind of like an umpire in baseball, the strike zone. It's typical around the league, but it can vary from ump to ump, and kind of like in basketball, how they call the game with fouls and contact. So you got to adjust really to each kind of ref staff.
Nice cut in traffic. Won't fall on the play there for Martin, but he's heading to the free throw line for a chance at a couple. And the Trojans just look pretty crisp on offense here to open up the third quarter, doing a nice job of attacking the gaps and have a chance to add on to their lead.
Yeah, step ahead so far Centerburg has been on offense, as Sloan's going to check in. Add a little bit more beef down low for the Bulldogs. See if he can bring some physicality down low.
Caden Sloan, 6'2", played nose guard on the football team, a ferocious warrior on the gridiron, and definitely brings a lot of pop on the inside, as there he is, jockeying for possession. And the arrow is going to keep it down here with the Trojans. Reynolds backing it out as East Knox showing a 2-3 zone look. See how the Berg sets up. It looks like they're going to put Alex Johnson on the free throw line. No baseline runner yet. Now they'll run Reynolds through.
Trojans switching up their offensive style here in the second half. They were up-paced there in that first half. Now slowing it down and kind of doing what East Knox looks to do when they're on offense, is attacking the gaps, finding the holes in that zone, and then attacking the hoop. And this is some quality time and some quality breathing minutes for McMead on that bench as time continues to tick for Centerburg.
Looks like East Knox now kind of adapting their look to more of a 3-2 midway through the possession. As that's going to be a tough shot, not even close from Martin. And Sloan doing some work inside. And the referee's going to stop action to kick out a fan. So that gentleman in the green shirt getting a couple of high fives on his way out. Standing ovation from a few members of the crowd and even some Centerburg fans offering up some high fives. You don't see that too often, but anytime you can be rowdy enough, G-Man, to get kicked out of a game, it's worthy of a high five from the other student section.
And we missed this a lot last year with the whole COVID and the limited capacity. It's so much fun to come out here and see the student sections going at it in the crowd. We came in, Brian, and it was a packed house for a JV game. You can tell this one means something to this community.
How about the hesitation? Nope, got his shot blocked. Floating in midair was Martin. Got a big piece of it as Meade checks in for the first time here in this third quarter. Right now we're halfway through the frame, and it's going to be 4-0 in favor of Centerburg here as East Knox just cannot seem to find a good-looking possession in their arsenal. Moreland just gets it across the timeline to avoid a 10-second call. And a bad pass from Sam Whitney. Here's Mick wearing some dress socks. Clean pass inside, shot, miss, but the second opportunity is good for Johnson.
East Knox so desperately in need of a bucket here just to stop some of the bleeding here. They're struggling to get the ball even up the floor. They finally do, and they get it in the Nep's hands, the guy they want to facilitate this offense.
Here's Moreland, who got the party started early tonight. Hasn't done anything after jump-starting the Bulldogs offense with a perfect 3-for-3 showcase from downtown early on.
Now Centerburg looking to milk some of this clock. And why not? Up 9 points. East Knox has struggled to score the basketball. Almost every possession is going to be vital now with the kind of score we got here, Brian. So every possession going to be key as Moreland's going to tip that out of bounds, going to stay with Centerburg, though.
Take a look at just a couple of possessions ago. Working inside. Second chance points created by Johnson there. A little bit of Windex cleaning the glass. And this is the largest lead of the night for Centerburg. Chance to push things into double figures. Bulldogs held scoreless here in the third quarter. Just 2.5 minutes left. Backside Johnson over his left shoulder. And we're headed the other way. Loose ball foul that we'll see here on the Killbuck Savings Bank replay. It's going to go against Isaiah Reynolds. Looked like he extended the arm a little bit there as he was battling with Steinmetz.
East Knox has only had a couple opportunities in the half-court setting in the third quarter. I think they need to get a little bit more space here. There's too many guys in the backcourt. It's allowing Centerburg to have 4 guys on this side of the floor, and there's just nowhere to go with the basketball. This is just tremendous defense from the Trojans. East Knox, you might want to change it up, send a couple guys in the backcourt, and leave a little bit more space on this side of the floor.
Little bump there to Whitney, did not draw a whistle. Much to the chagrin here of the Bulldog faithful as Moreland forced it up inside. Offensive rebound and a putback. Count it. And heading to the free throw line, Whitney.
Man, do they need that bucket. Just what the doctor ordered right there. Tremendous rebound right there. Not to go over the back from Whitney. Just tip it to himself. Go up, take the harm, get 2 points, and go to the free throw line and see if he can make this a 3-point play.
Whitney caps it off. His first 3 points of the ball game. Dogs now switching back to their 50 defense, half court man-to-man. Mead spinning into the body of Whitney. So Mick fouled on the floor. Not a shooting foul, I don't believe. But it appears that 22 is headed to the charity stripe. I'll eat my words.
Centerburg got to the free throw line tonight 7 times. They've knocked down 5 of them. They shot a better percentage from East Knox. Bulldogs only got to the line 3 times tonight, knocked down 1 of them. And Mead not going to capitalize on that one. He's missed a couple at the free throw line tonight.
More love pouring in on the Facebook. Marsha says, let's go Trojans. So does Cindy. And how about this? G-Man is my fave in all capital letters from a gentleman named Sloan. So thank you for the comments. Keep them coming. That's what the Trojans are doing on defense. Maybe they'll capitalize on an offensive rebound after 2 missed free throws. And for East Knox and Coach Powell, I'm a little shocked actually that he hasn't called a timeout as his squad turns it over. And just try to adapt themselves to this full court pressure.
I think they've only had it up the floor a couple times. And a foul call right there, reaching call. That one's going to go against Alex Johnson, who just had that layup at the other end.
Let's take a look. It all started with the hustle play, getting down onto the planks. And then how about the hang time there from Colton? Whew.
Tremendous move right there. Acrobatic layup, taking the contact too. Surprised there's no foul call with the swipe down, Brian, but got it to go off the glass. And as you mentioned, surprised Powell hasn't called a timeout just to draw something different up. So far, their press breaker has not been working, and that one will work, and Knepp gets it into the other side of the floor. That one's going to be blocked, though.
Martin again showcasing athletic ability and then secures the defensive rebound, almost lost it. Excellent stretch right there for Colton. So we're down to 45 seconds. Mick on the attack. Foul on the floor. And some frustrated Bulldogs fans and a happy Centerburg bench.
Centerburg, 42 seconds left in this third quarter. We've seen them hold and milk some of this clock a couple times here. I'm sure they're probably going to do that. 39 seconds remaining. Why not with a 10-point lead? Want to go into the fourth with even more momentum.
Knepp read it all the way. Inside bucket. One more on the way for the senior.
Excellent steal right there. Reading it like a cornerback. Stealing the ball and then taking it coast to coast. Getting some contact too. And the finish. See if he can make this a 3-point play, which would be huge for this Bulldogs team who has struggled offensively here in the third.
Knepp, the only East Knox player in double-figure scoring tonight. Just cracked that with 10. And now he matches his jersey number as the Dogs trim the deficit down to 7. Knepp checking out again to close out the quarter. He didn't want to.
Now, he was upset about that one, Brian. You could tell on his face, but maybe Powell trying to get him some breathing room here with 20 seconds remaining. Get him a breather because they're probably going to need him the entire fourth quarter, I would imagine.
Eight seconds left. Trojans check the clock. Mick calling for a screen. Gets one from Martin. Goes the opposite way. Lost the handle. But he gets the shot up at the horn. Mick Mead heading to the free throw line for a chance with a 3-point play. How big was that?
There ain't no way he just made that, Brian. How did he even get the shot off? It was great defense from East Knox. They tipped it away, and somehow Mead was able to collect it. Went up like OBJ, snatched it back with the one hand, and then threw it up, and shooter's touch, got the roll off the backboard. See if he can convert the free throw. He can't, but still, props.
Here it is. Mick losing the handle, puts it up. That's how he closes out the frame in style. Trojans on top by 9 as we head to the fourth.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
Delagrange Landscaping and Construction is located in Howard, specializing in outdoor living spaces. Get a free quote on decks, patios, fireplaces, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, and docks. Delagrange Landscaping, serving Apple Valley and the surrounding areas. For a free quote on your outdoor living space, call Delagrange Landscaping at 740-627-0543. Again, that's 740-627-0543.
You know what time it is, G-Man?
Money time, Brian.
Money time, baby. Who's going to cash some checks here in the fourth quarter? The Bulldogs are down 9, but their senior leader, Shane Knepp, got himself to the rack. He's got a couple of free throws coming up right here and now, as he's going to will his Bulldogs back into the basketball game, or at least try. 11 points for number 11. Can't get number 12, but one more shot still coming. I'm Brian Skronsky with Garrett Parlett joining me here tonight on the call from fabulous Howard, Ohio. Big game if you're just joining us. A KMAC championship on the line for Centerburg. They can win and party here on the road tonight with a dub. East Knox, on the other hand, can keep their pulse alive for the league crown with a huge win over the Trojans, who are unbeaten in KMAC play, and they have just turned it over right there. So this is an excellent start to the fourth quarter. A lot different than what we saw in the third, where it took the Bulldogs 6 minutes to get any points.
Yeah, forcing the turnover, and then on the previous possession, Knepp taking it inside. I think they need to go to that well a little bit more.
Facts.
He got to the free throw line. They're going to need him to step up big offensively, but there's going to have to be a second guy as he cues up a three. Oh, just in and out.
Pushing it ahead is Reynolds. Hands off now to Meade, back to him, they'll reset. We've seen the Berg show some restraint too offensively in the second half. Not rushing into anything, waiting for some key cuts like that one from Grayson. Right into the body of Lester. And that's team foul number 6 for the Dogs, so no more fouls to give. Trojans will be in the bonus from here on out.
I like the mentality of Centerburg slowing it down and milking this away. I think they got enough ball handlers on the floor that they can pick their spots. A nice pass from Meade to a three-point shot, not going to get it to go, but Whitney's going to get the defensive rebound for the East Knox Bulldogs, and Knepp's going to push the pace.
Shane on the attack all the way. Mick with the bump. So Meade with his first personal. We'll put the Dogs in the bonus. Should be a 1-and-1 here for Shane.
And that's key here, still early in this fourth quarter. Every foul now, they're getting a shot to at least head to the free throw line, stops the clock, which is a key. That's exactly what they need to do, and then chip away at this lead.
Looks like the referees are going to allow Isaiah Reynolds and Levi Houck to be buzzed in here. They'll replace Johnson and Grayson Reynolds. Big spot here for Shane Knepp. I mean, got to eat into the deficit as much as you can early on in this fourth. And it spins out on him again, just like it did from that three ball. Mead goes baseline, great help side defense. He launches it to the other side. Triple won't fall, but safe inbounds somehow found its way to the hands of Mick. Oh, what a cut. Just cooking with the sauce right there on that pass, and Reynolds knifing through for the bucket.
You love seeing Centerburg stay patient, not force anything offensively. Each possession is going to be pivotal, and right there, finding their spots. Knepp somehow got in the lane. Not going to get to go. No foul call there. Centerburg gets the defensive rebound.
It's a little bit of a force by Knepp on that previous possession, but he recovers nicely. Seen him do that about 3 times tonight. Just reading the eyes of the offensive player, snatching it away for the TO. But he is drawing so many eyeballs right now as he picks up the offensive foul. Just feel like Shane's trying to shoulder a little bit too much of the offensive load. I mean, Moreland's wide open out there. Got Whitney waiting in the corner.
Yeah, don't want to start forcing stuff here. Still a 10-point game with 5:40 remaining. Plenty of time to get back into this one. They're going to need Knepp down the stretch, but they're going to need some others too to step up and help out offensively.
East Knox switching their look, and it's the same result at the other end for the Trojans. Hauk puts it away, dozen-point lead now for the Berg. As Lester glides, hangs, puts that one off the square.
Centerburg, that previous possession, just knifed through that press, Brian, like a hot knife going through butter, finding the open teammate every chance they get, and that one's going to slip out of the hands of Isaiah Reynolds and a turnover. So East Knox get another opportunity to cut this beneath 10.
See if they can get Lester going here down the stretch in crunch time. That last bucket, his first 2 points of the evening. He's typically been the Robin, if you will, to the Batman of Shane Knepp offensively. Has not been the case here tonight. But he's got a clean look here off the setup from Knepp. Offensive rebound secured by Whitney. Gives it up. Moreland from the short corner. Timeout on the floor. It's going to be a full timeout.
That's Moreland's first bucket from that hot start from downtown. He hit the 3 straight threes to open the game. Has been silent since until that last possession. Now at 8, Coach Powell calls a timeout. Sure, he's going to implement the defense he wants to finish with the game, and I'm sure it's going to start with a press. But Centerburg has been they've had the answers to East Knox's defensive pressure. Let's see if they continue to do so here in the latter stages of this fourth quarter.
What we saw in this previous possession, just got to do a little bit more of this. Got to win the 50-50 balls, almost all of them at this point for East Knox here down the stretch. Connect on your open looks when you get them. They've been few and far between. Shane Knepp, we know that he can shake, he can bake, but can he find the open player here tonight? Seems like he's been forcing a little bit too much here in the fourth quarter. When he gets his looks, I mean, we like number 11 taking the shots, but not when there's 3 guys that are getting sucked to him, kind of like a moth to a flame. That's what we've been seeing. It's been tough living for East Knox offensively. So if they can get some open looks, gotta find those shooters. Just rely on them to knock them down in the big moments and situations.
As you mentioned, Centerburg is converging as soon as he gets that first step explosiveness, they converge. They got 3 or 4 guys digging at him, trying to get the ball away from him. He's got open guys on that last possession we've seen. They got it to Whitney, then Whitney over to Moreland in that little short corner for the mid-range jumper. They need to do more of that, pass the ball around, be patient. There's still a lot of time left in this game to come back. 8-point game with 4:30 remaining.
And I like Lester dotting the I here on the 1-2-2. It just changes up the look a little bit here for East Knox, allows them to be more aggressive, get some traps going, and force some pressure here on the Trojans. As Griffith goes baseline. Is that going to be a foul? Oh, that's unfortunate. Check out this play by Peyton Lester. Definitely like a safety watching traffic switching. Came over and just popped the pinata right out of midair. Minimal contact, too. And you see Peyton put his hands up to his mouth like, my goodness, that was going to be on the highlight reel on OH Report. Instead, now it's a foul. But Griffith doesn't capitalize.
What a play right there from Lester. Like he was playing spike ball, spiking it back into the net. I watched him that entire possession, and he was communicating defensively, swinging the team around, and I seen the block coming. He got it, and was a little befuddled, Brian, that the ref called the foul there. Thought that one was pure ball there.
0 for 2 from the charity stripe, but friends in low places right there. Great putback by Isaiah Reynolds. Second time we've seen that in the second half. Moreland draws a double team, so Lester shoots it ahead. Here's Knepp now. Almost lost his balance. Found Steinmetz. A little bit shaken up was Whitney down there. Picked up the personal foul, which will lead to a 1-and-1 for the Berg here at the other end. 10-point cushion halfway through fourth quarter action. And this one going to start to slip away from the Dogs. If they can't make buckets, like we just saw in that previous possession, you got to put those away.
They haven't been able to beat the press all night. They finally were able to get it up the floor. They had an opportunity. Knepp lost his balance, and so did Steinmetz. And that's going to go in the other way. That's going to be a foul call. And I believe that's Colton Martin. So that's going to be his fourth.
As we march down to the other end, quickly dive back into the Facebook comments. I see Gary out there watching live and free tonight from Avon Park, Florida. So I'm sure you don't quite have the temperatures that we have out here in Bulldog Country. Charity says that Mick is amazing. Our buddy Lynn says, great job, OH.REPORT. Thank you, Pastor Passant. And a quick apology. I'd like to go on the record here and say Sloan, clearly a lady I can see now in the profile pic. Thanks for watching. Knepp skies in between a double team. He's got 14 points now, trying to put the team on his back. Boy, did they need that one.
Back down underneath double digits now, but it's going to start here defensively. Centerburg's been patient. They've been able to pick their spots. Nice pass right there. Going to get the steal. Great defense from Steinmetz.
Carson with the takeaway. See if Shane can stay hot here offensively. Calls for the screen from Moreland. Got the switch. Martin on him. As Shane goes baseline, look at that. 3 guys converge on him, and then Carson cannot find it. So the Dogs with a giveaway that they just can't afford right now.
That would have been a big-time possession right there if Steinmetz was able to step behind that three-point arc, knock down a 3. Would have been a 5-point game, but here we sit still at 8, 3:15 remaining. And I'm sure Centerburg, they're going to keep the heat up, keep the pressure up, and see if they can get some points here offensively.
They'll work it side to side, now float it in. Isaiah up and under, great patience, huge bucket, pushing it back out to double figures. All 10 players here on this side. Lester leaks out, was wide open, saved it inbounds around the back. And now Dillon hoists one up. I believe he'll have some free throws in his immediate future. Look at this. He turned not once. Well, I guess just once. A little do-si-do and then fighting it through the body of Griffith. But the free throw woes continue for EK. What are they at on the game? They've really struggled.
They're sitting at 2 of 5.
Make it 2 of 6, but Knepp bails him out again. Three's a crowd, went between the legs with a pass there through Mead. Now Shane gonna pop it from outside. Huge bucket.
Had 6 threes in the first half, Brian. That's their first here in the second half. Now sitting at 7 threes to their name. Man, as soon as it looks like Centerburg is gonna pull away, slam the door. East Knox kicks the door in and says, not yet, not yet. We're still alive for the KMAC crown.
Mick got bumped on the drive by Lester backside. Both teams in the double bonus. Mick will have a pair of free throws on the way, and they've been problematic for the Berg here in the second half too. Have not been able to capitalize, however, as we just saw from East Knox on their last couple of possessions, the offensive rebound game has been strong off the misses here at the charity stripe.
Yeah, that's kind of one of those things that coaches preach a lot, but kind of goes a little underwhelmed. Is you got to box out at the free throw line, and right there, East Knox did. They were able to get the defensive rebound. And we still sit at a single-digit game as Moreland pops a three, not going to get it to go. And Isaiah Reynolds, that should be a travel, and it's going to be. So East Knox, another opportunity here on offense.
Yeah, they got a break right there. Just an 8-point differential. Coach Powell says be strong. Love that. Wow, Moreland threw it away. He was up on his tippy toes, didn't have his balance on the out-of-bounds play. And that's about as costly as it gets.
Huge miscue right there. Turn it over. That was a pivotal possession, to say the least. Probably the biggest possession in the game, and right there, East Knox not able to capitalize, and Centerburg, they're going to try to run as much time away here in this fourth quarter.
Shocked, too, that the Dogs didn't come out in a full-court press, sitting back in their 50D. Centerburg doesn't have to do anything if they don't want to.
No need to even take a shot right here.
You know, Meade wants to all the way to the cup. He's got 16. And the steal from the backside, that's probably going to be the final dagger in the Dogs' night. Meade fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for a couple. And a chance to slather a little bit of icing on top of this KMAC championship cake that they're going to devour for a third straight season.
Heck of a win coming in here. Hostile environment. Everybody's here on a Saturday night. Or excuse me, Friday night. I'm already a day early, Brian. On a Friday night. And wow, what a game here for Mick Meade. Not even starting the game. Still has 17 points. Didn't even start the second half, too. Heck of a performance here from Centerburg tonight.
Took the words right off my tongue, G. So Meade with a huge performance in limited time, putting the exclamation point on it. Hustling to the very end, under a minute to go. And he's going to have a chance for more free throws as they say goodnight to Dylan Moreland. Just fouled out of the contest. And boy, what a start for him. 3 straight triples to kick off the night. Nothing after.
Nope, had the 3 straight triples. Had that mid-range jumper, but nothing from behind the arc. And as I mentioned, I figured East Knox was going to go cold. They're in that second half from beyond the arc, and they're going to. We're going to get some subs in the game. That's going to be Steinmetz checking back in for Moreland, who did foul out. So just a tough shooting night here for the Bulldogs after that mirage of threes in the first quarter.
Mick looking to make the lead a baker's dozen. Goes 0 for 2, though, on the trip. Crazy things happen every now and again, but if you're the Dogs, you better start canning some triples. Like you're a factory. That would have helped if it would have fell for Lester. At least get a couple of shots here.
I've seen enough miracles down here, Brian, that you can't ever count the Bulldogs out. They just got a little bit of luck, always pouring in their jeans. They're never out of any game. I've seen enough football games here down in Howard, Ohio, just not on the hardwood yet. It's going to take a lot to get back in this one down 11.
Splits the pair, rebound to Martin. Centerburg can just drain the clock here. And in 30 seconds, they will yet again be the kings of the KMAC. dunk to end the night for Colton Martin. Got the fans up on their feet. We can't even see the floor anymore.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know if he was going to go up with it, Brian, and decided to cram it too. Incredible finish here for Centerburg, the KMAC champs.
What an emphatic way to end the night. We'll take one more look before we head into our Knox Community Hospital postgame. Bam! Colton Martin explodes the dynamite through the rim as his Trojans yet again kings of the conference. Stick around. We will have an interview with our player of the game, thinking it's going to be McMee. Also have some final stats analysis and get you ready for a big Saturday of basketball here on the OH Report. Keep it here. We'll return in just a moment.
Oh, no. Here we go now.
When you need cardiovascular care, you want an integrated team collaborating on your treatment from your first office visit to your final rehab session. At Knox Community Hospital, our cardiovascular experts offer decades of experience in heart attack treatments, coronary and carotid stents, angioplasties, aneurysm repairs, pacemakers, heart failure, and more. Want comprehensive cardiovascular care? At Knox Community Hospital, we don't miss a beat.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
Delagrange Landscaping and Construction is located in Howard, specializing in outdoor living spaces. Get a free quote on decks, patios, fireplaces, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, and docks. Delagrange Landscaping, serving Apple Valley and the surrounding areas. For a free quote on your outdoor living space, call Delagrange Landscaping at 740-627-0543. Again, that's 740-627-0543.
We guarantee nobody else gets you closer to the action than our exclusive coverage. So give me a call, Brian Skoronsky, and let's make you a part of the game.
And where? What do you say? The exclamation point on the night for Maurice Ware.
Check. Huge win tonight, of course, here for the Centerburg Trojans, 50-37 over East Knox as they claim the KMAC crown for a third consecutive season. Here are the final numbers of the evening. How about the Trojans out-rebounding the Dogs in the middle, and then they turned them over a bunch in the second half. East Knox only had 6 giveaways in the first 16 minutes, a dozen of them over the last 2 quarters, as the 3 balls quit falling for the Bulldogs in the second half. They had 6 in the first half, only 1 in the second. Mick Mead got things going. He had 18 total points to lead all scorers in this game, and they protected the basketball a lot better over the final 2 quarters to get the huge win here tonight on the road. Again, the 3rd consecutive season that the Trojans are the kings of the KMAC Conference. I'm Brian Skorotsky with you here at the Dog Pound. Take a quick look at what's coming up tomorrow. 2 live games for you guys, including East Knox. The girls going to be on the road at Mansfield Christian. That's going to be the boys Bulldogs right back in action tomorrow. They're going to be taking on the Flames. So that one is a boys game. The girls game earlier in the day, a 12:30 matinee tip-off, Ashland at Mansfield Senior. So some quality action for you guys coming up tomorrow, live and free on the OH Report. We'll also have a highlight. Shelby Lady Whippets, state ranked in the top 3 in Division II in the state. They're going to be on the road at River Valley, one of the top contenders in the MOAC. Lady Whippets, of course, looks like they are going to run away with that conference. We've now got our player of the game standing by. We'll throw it over to G-Man right now.
Delagrange Landscaping player of the game. Mick, obviously it's some tournament-like atmosphere here, man. It was a very high intense game. Talk to me how you guys had to adapt both student sections going at it. What was it like on the floor?
As soon as the game started, when we won the tip, the arena erupted. Right. And then our student section leader actually got kicked out because he was going a little too crazy. And we had to adapt to the physicality of the game because they came out really physical, and that kind of shocked us at first, but we were able to come back and bring it too.
You didn't start the first or second half. Was there something Coach seen that wanted to bring you off the bench to start a game, or was it something else?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Talk me through your offensive performance. You led the team. Obviously, you came off the bench and still led the team with 18 points. Your game has developed the past couple of years. We've been watching here at the OH Report. You're more much of a leader now. Talk to me how your game has developed and how your offense was able to pour through here tonight.
Past couple of years, I've been more of a facilitator. Our senior last year, Carter Jones, he kind of taught me how to lead, and now I can lead the whole offense through every means, scoring, passing, rebounding, whatever it is.
Then that third quarter, Shane Knapp went down and had the and one, and then you on this side of the floor, you got that rebound, and then you threw it up. What was the game plan in that play, just to get a shot off and maybe get it to fall in?
Yeah, I tried to do a little bully move, and the ball went straight up, and I was like, I knew the time was expiring, so I just knew I had to turn around and get up a quick shot to kind of make one.
You guys obviously one of the better teams in the area, now KMAC champs. Talk me through how the year's been and what's it going to take the rest of the season to continue the success.
The year's been excellent. We're going to have to continue with intensity. We can't let down. It's even though we clinched the KMAC tonight, it's not our goal to lose a game in the KMAC, so we want to beat Fairtown and Mount Gilead. And then we just want to win out. We got Granville, River Valley, and Wellington, too.
All right, thank you so much, man. Back up to you, B. Thanks, buddy.
All right, appreciate it, G-Man, and what a performance tonight by Mick Mead, our MVP, brought to you by Delagrange Landscaping. If you got an outdoor project, they are the guys to call. Fun game here tonight. A lot of thank yous to be had, including to our staff here. Jory Hollenbeck makes the commercials. She was also our top cam operator. G-Man, my color guy, also handling the interviews, as well as all of our fabulous sponsors: Delagrange Landscaping, Knox Community Hospital, the Killbuck Savings Bank, three quality businesses right there that I certainly hope you will support. My name is Brian Skronsky, thanking you all for watching here tonight. But for now, from Howard, we are saying goodbye. Make sure you catch us for some live streams tomorrow. We're out of here for tonight.